What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Star Wars headquarters, and today we are back on the Star Wars Battlefront 3 hype train, because if you didn't know, a couple days ago I reported on the Star Wars Battlefront 3 leak, and to me it looks legit. If you missed that video, check it out. It was all about how Ahsoka and Coruscant look like they're going to be the main premier hero and map location for Star Wars Battlefront 3 when it's revealed. Of course, EA has not confirmed this, so remember that. But if you want to check out that video, I'll leave it in the description down below for a checkout. But in this video, we're doing something a little bit different. We are going to take a look at the most unusual heroes that we want to see in a Battlefront 3. And these are heroes that you might not necessarily think of or put at the top of your list, but I mean, when you take a look at this, come on, they should be. Like, this is Krell right here, and he's just freaking awesome. We're going to start right here with General Krell from the Clone Wars animated series. And for obvious reasons, you can tell why I chose Krell as one of my picks for a hero for Battlefront 3. I think he's just so cool. He can wield 2 double-bladed lightsabers, and he's got 4 freaking arms. How cool is that? And you know, he just looks cool. I think it'd just be awesome to play with Krell in a Battlefront 3. Now, if you don't know anything about Krell, let me give you some backstory here, and let's take a look at the details on Krell on Wikipedia, because he actually has a really cool backstory, which is yet another reason why I want Krell to be in Battlefront 3. So let's zoom it in here and take a look at what Wikipedia had to say. So it says, Pong Krell was a Basilisk Mel Jedi Master who, during the Clone Wars, served as a Jedi General in the Grand Army of the Republic. However, by the time of the Battle of Umbara, Krell foresaw the end of both the Jedi Order and the Galactic Republic, and he sought to join the new order that was to come, having secretly turned to the dark side of the Force. It says, armed with 2 double-bladed lightsabers, Krell was an aggressive fighter and exceptionally skilled in close quarters combat. Although he held the record for the most clone trooper casualties, that's pretty insane right there, his war record contained many key victories, marking Krell as one of the most successful generals in the military. So that's really interesting right there. So this line right here where it says, although he held the record for the most clone trooper casualties, that's pretty crazy. So his reputation precedes him, if you will. And not only is his reputation an interesting backstory for him as a hero character in Battlefront 3, but I have to go back to the fact that he just looks freaking cool if you look at him right here. I mean, he just looks awesome. And I think he'd be a fun hero for Battlefront 3. And I think the animator, whoever does this hero, whoever like creates this hero, would have a blast animating this hero. And I think he just looks so cool on screen in Battlefront 3. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Would you want to see Krell in a Star Wars Battlefront 3? Now, next up on the list is someone many of you are familiar with, someone who appeared in the latest season of the Clone Wars. It is Admiral Trench. I know some of you are thinking, wait, what? Admiral Trench? You know, he's slow. He may be too old, you know. He's got a cane, but remember, he actually shocked Anakin with his cane, which is pretty impressive. So I think, I do think that Trench, I think he would be more of a tank-like hero that would probably move pretty slow and have a lot of health. That's my guess. Now, maybe he could have like a charge move where he can charge the enemy, but I think there's all kinds of cool stuff they could do with this character. Not only would he have hilarious emotes because he makes that unique clicking sound with his mouth right there, but they could do a lot more with his moves, such as the ability to maybe grab players and throw them across the map. I would love to see that. Again, I mentioned the charge move. That would be pretty cool to see. He can use his staff as a shock weapon. So maybe they could implement that as some form of close quarters melee weapon. So if someone gets way too close, they're in for quite the surprise and quite the shock because of that. Electro staff, I guess you'd call it. I don't know if it's considered electro staff, but it can shock people, and Anakin found that out the hard way. Now, the next hero on the list is someone that I think we all want to see appear in Star Wars Battlefront 3. Can we all agree that we want to see Jar Binks in Star Wars Battlefront 3? I think Jar Binks would be that comedic relief character that would be a lot of fun to play with and a lot of fun to fight against. Like, imagine you are on the Separatist side and you see Jar Binks coming at you with a blaster. That would be hilarious. It would just be that thing that would break the gameplay in a good way and add that comedic relief to the game, because Jar Binks, I think he's a beloved character by now. It's interesting how Jar Binks was so hated when he first came into Star Wars, and now he's a beloved character of the Star Wars universe. And I think, again, we can all agree that'll be cool to see Jar Binks in Star Wars Battlefront 3. Now, obviously, his primary weapon, I believe, would be his blaster. And then maybe when he kills other units, he would be able to pick up their blasters and use them, because, what we saw in the movies was he would utilize the stuff around him. Like, he'd take that orb grenade thing, whatever it was called, on Naboo plains and throw that at the droid army. So maybe he could do the same when facing off against the Separatists. Maybe he could utilize, the downed droids' weapons and pick them up and actually utilize them as his own. So what kind of abilities other than that would you like to see Jar Binks have if he were to make an appearance in Star Wars Battlefront 3? I think there's all kinds of funny things they could do with him. And going beyond abilities, his emotes would be freaking priceless as well. So again, tons of stuff they could do with Jar in the game. Now, this list, in my opinion, would not be complete without Hondo. Hondo the Pirate. I think Hondo would be a great addition as well, on top of the other heroes and characters that I've mentioned. I think Hondo has that personality that is just hilarious. I think he'd be fun to play with. I think he could have some interesting abilities as well. Maybe the ability to kind of like play a mind game with the enemy and trick them to shoot at their allies. I think that'd be an interesting ability. And I think he would also pack a punch with a lot of explosives and then blasters as well. So I think Hondo not only would be a fun hero to play with, but I think he could also be a pretty powerful hero as well. Now I'm going to wrap up the list with a hero that I absolutely love and adore from Clone Wars Season 7, and who, of course, is coming up in the upcoming Bad Batch series, Wrecker. I think Wrecker would just be a cool hero in a Star Wars Battlefront 3. I think he could have the ability to grab enemies and then throw them as like an instant kill. And then, of course, he could carry heavy weaponry. And then I think another big bonus with Wrecker would be the ability to take down vehicles single-handedly. So if he was going up against a tank, maybe he could smash the crap out of that tank. Or I don't know if he could lift it up or do something like that, but it'd be really cool to see Wrecker integrated into Star Wars Battlefront 3 somehow, because his character is just so unique and he has so much power and brute force behind him that they could really make some unique abilities that we've never seen before in a Star Wars Battlefront game. But that's going to do it for the video. Let me know what unusual, obscure heroes would you like to see in a Star Wars Battlefront 3. Post in the comments down below. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell icon. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. It really helps out the video here on YouTube. And I appreciate all of your support as always. And I will see you all next time in the next video. And take care, everyone. And may the Force be with you always.